Hello, hello. Welcome back to Life After Plus One. I'm Leanne, your podcast host and your single parent mentor and coach. And just quickly before I dive into today's episode, I have those workshops. There's a few online workshops coming up, which are some great fun workshops that we can do as a group. They're available there. There's also those one-on-one sessions and those Q&A sessions, which I love doing. So jump on. Those are great one-on-one sessions, I should say, when you're just feeling like you don't get the answers you're needing off social media, because let's be honest, we quite often don't. And bouncing those ideas of someone who's been there, someone that understands your journey, is sometimes what you need to actually just spark that, yep, that's what I needed. That's exactly what I needed to get me out of this. So those sessions are all available there in my show notes. Now I'm going to dive straight in. And today's episode is all about, is this it? Is this really my life? Because this is not what I had planned. This is not what I set out for. Is this really where I'm at now? Welcome to the Life After Plus One podcast, where we turn life's lemons into delightful lemonade. Get ready for inspiring stories, uplifting conversations, and all the tips and tricks to rock your single parent journey with style. I'm your host, Leanne, and it's time to embrace the adventure of Life After Plus One. So let's dive in. Okay, so it's a Saturday night. Maybe your kids are at the other parent's house. You're home alone. You're sitting down, maybe chilling out with Netflix or whatever it is you like to watch. You're scrolling on your phone. Maybe it's on Instagram. Maybe it's on Facebook, and you're seeing all these reels on TikToks and partner reels and people out having fun holidays and nice dinners out. And here you are all alone on your lounge thinking, fuck, is this really my life? Is this it? Now, it's important to remember here, when you're feeling like this, it is not uncommon to have these questions and these doubts and these fears. Everyone goes through this period thinking, fuck, is this really my life? This is not what I had on my bucket list. Because who does? Nobody plans in life to be a single parent. Nobody plans to be rebuilding their life from scratch again. Nobody does. But it's quite normal for these feelings to pop up when you're alone, when you're in your quiet time and you've got all these things going through your head and you're wondering about all the what ifs, and you're mourning your relationship. You're mourning the marriage you just had or the life you just had. You're mourning everything you did together. Maybe the fun holidays, the weekends away. And do you know what? Maybe you didn't even have that in your relationship. Maybe it was a relationship or marriage that you knew has passed its expiry date and you were just hanging in there for the kids, trying to stay as long as you could, and there was nothing. You knew there was no spark. There was nothing there that lit you up, that really made you happy to come home at the end of the day, but you just stuck it out. But you're still wishing that you had that life, or you're still wishing you didn't have the life that you've got now. You're mourning, or you're wishing, I should say, for something better, for something more, and you're thinking, is this it? Is this where I'm at? So firstly, don't be hard on yourself if you do feel like this, because it is normal and it is part of the whole breakup phase of going through these emotions and going through these roller coasters of ups and downs. You'll have your days where you're just excited to not be with your ex anymore, and then you might have your days where you just feel sad and lonely and lost and confused. It's all part of that journey, and you do get through it. You do get through it, but how long that process takes, that's up to you. You're the only one that can determine that. Now, one thing I like to look at, and I know I've heard people say that I don't like this phrase, I don't like this outlook, but I truly believe that when something bad happens in your life, you're being redirected to something better. This, where you were, wasn't right for you. And sometimes the breakups that are really, really bad are usually the ones when you've stayed in there for so long and you've fought it out, you've done everything you can to make it work. Maybe you've left, you've broken up and you've gone back, and you've broken up and you've gone back. And it was that constant cycle of breaking up and going back together. Then all of a sudden, bam, it was really, really bad. And the universe really kicked you in the gut. They're like, if you're not going to listen to me When I say this relationship is over, I will make sure you listen to me. So when these things happen in our life that we don't like, or that's just really kicked us down, that's really kicked us to rock bottom, it's a big wake up call to think, okay, fuck, what am I meant to be changing here? What am I meant to be looking at different here? And we all go through these stages. We all go through these little rock bottoms, or I won't say rock bottom as such, because I don't want to make this episode about the rock bottoms, because I've done a different episode on that. But I want to really talk about when you do get in that phase of, is this it? Because that's not necessarily a rock bottom. Maybe the rock bottom was going through your breakup and you're starting to see light at the end of the tunnel, but then you still have those days thinking, I deserve so much more than this. I deserve so much more. I've worked so hard. I put in so much into that relationship. And here I am with nothing. I'm going to sit here and say to you, as much as you may not like this, you are not sitting here with nothing for no reason. You are not in that relationship because it wasn't right. If it was right for you, you would still be in it. You would not have broken up. There's something that happened either with you or with them or between both of you that caused the relationship to end. And as hard as that may be to process if you're not there yet, it's true. It's the fact of what's happened. So when you're going through this mind frame of, is this it? Is this really my life? What you also need to look on is, are you wishing for the life that you had when you know it wasn't the right one for you? Are you sitting there wishing that you were still with your ex, or are you still wishing you had that life when you know it wasn't right? Maybe there was something really unhealthy about that relationship. It didn't make you happy, didn't light you up. It wasn't right for you, but you're still wishing you had that. Or maybe you're just wishing you didn't have the life you have now. Maybe you're wishing you had more than what you have now. Because let's be honest, the grass is always greener, isn't it? We always want more than what we have. But here's the kicker. If you want more than what you have, the only person that can change that is you. You're the only person that can bring more to your life if you want more. It's not just going to randomly drop in your lap. You're not just going to have a stork fly by and go, here you go, here's more. It doesn't work like that. If only it did. If only life was that easy. But it's not. Life is not easy. Life is full of challenges. Some are funny, some not so much. Some leave us lying in bed all day in tears thinking, what the fuck just happened? That's how we learn. That's how we go stronger. That's how we become better versions of ourselves, by learning what we've just been through. So when you're thinking, is this it? Is this my life? Is this really where I'm at? This is not what I expected. This is not what I planned when I was asked in year 6 what I'm going to be when I grow up. But that's just life. And these things happen. Not everything goes as planned. And sitting around being upset and miserable about it, or not necessarily being miserable, just not being happy and wishing for something more, is not going to change your life. However, what you do need to focus on when you're in that headspace of, is this it? Is this really my life? Is that there is nothing wrong with where you're at. It's just not what you had set out for. There is nothing wrong with being a single parent. There is nothing wrong with going through a breakup. It doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't make you less than. It just means that you've gone to a breakup and it didn't work. And we all go through these little challenges in life, whether it's a relationship breakup, whether it's a job loss, whether it could be possibly losing a family member. Touch wood. I don't want that to happen to anyone. I'm not wishing that. But we all go through these challenges. And how you get through it is based on how you choose to handle it. Because it's very easy to look at it from the perspective of, their life is much better than mine. They're doing so much better. They've got this, they've got that. But you need to stay in your lane. Everyone is at a different place in their life. Comparing yourself to other people is only going to mess with your head. You don't need to compare yourself to anyone, because you don't know. They may be looking at you thinking, fuck, I wish I had their life. I wish I had the balls to get up and leave my marriage. I wish I was able to do that. I'm so miserable. I'm so unhappy. They're able to go out on the weekend with their friends and have fun. I am trapped in this relationship and I hate it. There is always someone looking at you wishing they had what you have. And you don't realize it, but I guarantee you there is. It may be the life, it may be your clothes, it may be your car, it may be the holidays, it may be your hairstyle, it may just be something as simple as the relationship you have with your kids. Because it's not always based on financial things and products and items and things as such. There's more to life than that. And thinking, is this it? Is overlooking all the good things that you've got happening in your life. And that's what you need to be focusing on when you're thinking that, is this it? Is this my life? Is this really where I'm at? You're forgetting everything amazing about what you've achieved and everything amazing about what you've done and everything amazing about what you have right now. Because is this it is not a bad place to be. It's like, yeah, I love it. I love where I'm at. That's where you need to be. You need to change the is this it to this is great. This is great. I'm happy. It's not the end goal. It's not ideally what I want, but I'm happy with where I'm at. I'm making progress in my life. I'm taking small steps to do better things, to make changes. That's what I want, and I'm happy with that. That's the mindset you need to be in. Because even though you may not see it when you're questioning your life and you're questioning where you're at, you need to find ways to look at all those good things that you have, because I promise you there'll be lots. You have a roof over your head. You have a beautiful, warm, comfortable bed that you can sleep in at nighttime. You have air conditioning or heating. You have a car that you can get from A to B in. You have your kids and a beautiful relationship with them. You have a beautiful wardrobe of clothes and beautiful shoes, and everyone's situation is different, but there's always something in your life that you can look at and be, wow, I'm really grateful. I have got so much to be grateful for and so much to be thankful for. And I've done so many amazing things in my life. And we all do it. It doesn't matter who you are or where you're at. We all get through this little negative bubble. I've been through it recently. And that's one of the reasons why I'm starting this little 30-day mid-year challenge, because I started to get into this little slump. I'm like, hey, what is going on? So I needed to give myself a kick up the bum. And I'm doing this 30-day motivational challenge as a way to kind of get out of this slump and to kind of realize there is more to life. And you can be happy about the little things that you have. So if you're not on board on that, get on and follow my Instagram page, because it's happening now. It started on the 30th of June. The 1st of June. And it's just a free challenge where I do motivational tips every day to get you out of this slump and to get you feeling better. And that's why I started this, which is where I was going with that point, because I started to feel a little bit down on myself. I'm like, what is going on? I need to change this. So then I created this challenge, not just for me, but for everyone. And I also just started thinking, I've got so much amazing stuff happening in my life right now. Why am I thinking this? Why am I feeling this? And that's the thing that you need to really focus on. It's okay to have these negative thoughts, because life is never always all uphill. It's just not possible. No matter who you are, everybody's going to have a shit day at some point. We all have ups. We all have downs. It's the whole cycle of life. It's just part of the journey. You have ebbs and flows. That is normal. What is not is staying down there, staying in those lows, thinking that this is it, my life is shit, my life is over, I may as well just give up hope. No, you never give up hope. You never give up finding the good in your situation. And that's what I started looking at when I had my little down phase. It didn't last long. It was only a couple of days, but I'm like, what is going on? And I just felt like I was just getting hit in every direction. Everywhere I went, something was happening. And I was just getting a constant pushback with family life, with personal life, with business life, with everything that was happening. I'm like, what is happening? And I just had to step back from it all and think, fuck, there is some shitty things happening at the moment. But on the flip side, there's some great things happening too. And that's what I need to put my focus on. If I'm going to sit here and keep focusing on the negative stuff, I'm just going to sit here and be a negative Nancy every day. And that's not what I want to be. That is not who I am. So it's okay to have these down moments. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to kind of wish you wanted something more every now and then. We all do that. But don't stay there. It's about getting out of that phase and realizing there is some good stuff happening in my life. There is lots of amazing things I can be grateful for and I can be happy for. And this isn't a bad place where I am right now. It's not what I planned for. It's not what I expected, but it's not so bad either. So instead of thinking, is it? Start thinking, okay, what's next? What can I do? It's not such a bad place where I am, but it's not where I want to be. So what's next? What can I do to better my situation? And that is kind of going back a little bit. I don't want to keep giving this a sneaky plug, but it's not really a plug because it's a free thing. But the motivational challenge, that's what it is. It's about taking these little steps every day where you can feel that little bit better about yourself. It's not about making these huge life-changing decisions in one day. It's taking these small little steps where each time you do this one challenge, you feel that little bit better in yourself. And that's what it's about, getting out of your comfort zone, getting out of your routine, doing something different where you can start to feel better about yourself. That's what you want to focus on. What's next? What can I do? Okay, I'm not feeling the best right now. I'm not where I want to be. What can I do to change this? What can I do to make myself feel better? That's where your attention needs to be. Just remember, it's not those big, massive, life-changing decisions that you need to focus on. Don't sit there and think, okay, I want to be in a relationship, so I need to focus on getting married. I need to focus on having a partner. Just take it small steps. Maybe your focus is on meeting a partner. So do what you can to make that happen. Get out and be more social. Go to some events. Go set up a new dating profile. Be more active on it. Don't just sit there and swipe and swipe and swipe and not actually talk to people. Don't just send hi messages. Actually interact with people. Acknowledge their profile. Acknowledge something that they've written. Talk to them. Don't just send a hi with no meaning behind it. Interact with someone. Put yourself out there. Even when you go out to places, when you go get your coffee, smile at someone. Say hi if it's someone that has your interest or, you think maybe they're good looking. Just smile at them or say, hey, good morning. Acknowledge people. Get out of your bubble. Take those little steps that you can do to be where you want to be. So if you are wanting more and you are wanting to be in a different place in your life, ask yourself, where is it? Where do you want to be? What is it that you're wanting in your life that you don't have now? And start taking those steps to make it happen. And it could be, like I just said, having a partner. It could be going on a holiday. It could be buying your own house. It could be buying a new car. It could be anything. It could just be as simple as getting your bills paid on time. Start doing some things to make that happen. Maybe you are in that situation. You're sitting at home on a Saturday night. You're broke and you can't afford to pay your bill that's coming up. And you're thinking, fuck, just over this. I didn't plan on being in a situation where my bills were just constantly bouncing and I wasn't getting anything paid on time. Well, start doing something. Maybe you need to cut back on buying something in particular. Maybe you need to cut back on some subscriptions. Maybe there's something you can do to start bringing some more money coming in. It's always a way through it. And quite often when we get in this mindset of, is this it? You start to go downhill. You start to kind of think about all the things you wish you wanted. Oh, I wish I had this, or I wish I had that, or look at them, they're doing this, or they're on that holiday again, or they're going out to that nice restaurant again. And here I am, I can't even go out and buy a takeaway. I've just got to eat toast tonight. Okay, it may not be the best situation. It may not be where you want to be. But like I've been saying, what can you do to change it and make it better? So yes, everyone does go through this phase as a single parent thinking, is this it? This is not what I set out for. Because let's be honest, nobody does. But start thinking about things that you can be grateful for. Now also remember that it's okay to want more in life. That's what life is about. We all want to do more. We all want to be more. We all want better in our life. That's okay. That is not selfish. That is life. We all want more. We all want to do better. We all want more money. We all want more holidays. We all want more this. That's standard life, isn't it? Everyone wants something more. It's not selfish to want that. but also try and focus on being grateful for what you do have. So don't get in that mindset of just thinking that you don't have what you want or you're not happy with what you have, when you probably do have lots of things that you can be grateful for. Just be grateful for the little things, that you can pack a nice lunch for your kids every day, that they're healthy, that you've got a job that you can put food on the table with. There's always something that you can be grateful for. Maybe you've got family nearby that can help out. That is something to be grateful for, because I've never had family in my area. I've been single parenting for 11 years, never had any family in my area. And I quite often wish I did. I wish I had someone that I could just bounce off and say, hey, can you watch my daughter for an hour or two? But now I've learnt to rely on friends. And as she's getting older, it gets much easier. But just having family around is a great support that many people don't even realize how lucky they should be to have that, or how lucky they are to have that, I should say. Because that is something to be really grateful for, to have family support nearby to help you out when you need. So no, this is not it. There is so much more coming in your life. There is so much more opportunity. Just because you've gone through a breakup or a divorce and you're now a single parent doing life on your own, it doesn't mean your life has to come to a standstill. It means it's taken a bit of a redirection and you've just got to adjust to how to do it on your own. It's not the end. It's not this is it. There is so much more to come. And that is determined by you in what you're willing to put out there. What are you wanting to make happen? What are you wanting to achieve? What are you wanting in life? What more can I get? What more can I have in my life? Because I want more and I'm going to make it happen. That's the mindset you need to be. So when you're home alone on a Saturday night thinking, fuck, is this it? I want you to sit down and think to yourself, okay, this is not where I want to be. This is not how I want to be spending my Saturday nights. Okay, what can I do to change this? This is not my life. This is not what I set out for. And I quite often tell myself that when you're going through these quiet phases, and I go through these phases sometimes when maybe life's not as busy, or you're not getting invited out as much, or things aren't happening as much as what they normally have been. And I quite often remind myself, it's like that old saying, it's the calm before the storm. And think of it like that. When your life is quiet, think of it, okay, maybe it's quiet for a reason. Maybe this is my time to just chill and adjust and process everything. Maybe this is my time to get my life in order before I actually meet somebody new. Maybe this is my time to actually clear out my wardrobe and get rid of all those old stuff in there that I don't wear. So when I do meet someone and maybe they do stay over a few nights a week, they've got space to put their stuff. And at the moment, if I met someone, there's no room for them. Make room. Make some space in your life for what you're wanting to come in. And use this time when you're in these quiet phases thinking, is this it? Use it as, okay, what do I need to be doing now in my life while my life is quiet? What is there that I need to be getting done? Because when your life is busy, when your life is chaos, when you're on the go, maybe when you've got a partner, maybe when you've got a holiday booked, when you've got all these things happening, you don't have time to do things. So now that maybe your life's a little bit quieter and you've got time to think, is this it? This is your time to think, okay, what can I be doing now when my life is quiet, that when my life gets busy, I won't have the chance to do? Maybe you run a business and life is a bit quiet at the moment. This is your chance to get all your admin work up to date. This is your chance to get all your stuff sorted behind the scenes. So when life does get busy, you're ready. You've got everything there to go. Maybe you're wanting to live in a nicer home or a bigger home, or wanting to live somewhere different and you're not happy with where you're at. Maybe start doing some stuff. Start decluttering. Get rid of things. If you were to move in the next week or so, something just happened and you just randomly got a new house, how much of your stuff in your house would you actually pack and take with you, and how much would you throw out? And that's what I do. Every now and then I've been going through these little decluttering phases and I think to myself, oh, I don't really want to throw that. But then I think, if I moved, would that come with me? No, probably not. Bin it. And that's what I'm doing. Just getting rid of stuff that is holding you back, that you don't need. Anything that's holding on to memories from your past life with your ex. That's things that you're just old clutter, mental clutter that you're holding on to. Get rid of it. Use this quiet lull time to do things that you couldn't normally do when you're busy. Maybe now this is a good chance to catch up with friends that you haven't seen in so long because you've been in that relationship. And now you've got time. Send them a message. Catch up with them. Use this time wisely. So instead of sitting around thinking, is this it? What can I do? What can I do? What needs to be done around my house? What needs to be done in my life? What can I do to change this situation? That's what you need to focus on, my friends. So I hope this gave you that boost of energy to really wake you up in a way and make you realize that you're not in a bad place. You're just in a different place. You've just taken a little bit of a redirection and you've just got to regroup, figure things out, work out what you want, work out where you need to go. And that's okay. That's a normal part of life. And take this time, use this time wisely. If you've got time to sit around and think, is this it? Use that time. Okay, what do I need to change my life? What do I need to fix? What do I need to get rid of? What can I do? Who can I reach out to? Use this quiet time wisely. And it's not always in the quiet time when this happens, but quite often when you're sitting around thinking this, it's usually when you're lonely and when you're sad and you're just sitting around and you've got nothing else to do. And that's when these thoughts start coming through your head. Is this it? No, it's what's next for me. What is next? What am I going to do next to make my life so much better? Because I'm happy being on my own. I'm happy I'm not in that relationship anymore. Now, let's take it up a notch. What can I do next? That's what your focus needs to be. So I hope you all got something amazing from this episode and got that little nudge that you need to do, or that you needed, I should say, to really wake you up and realize your life isn't bad. It's just not what you planned, and that's okay. You can change it to whatever you want it to be. And if you are still struggling to find that positive energy, you're still struggling to get that positive mind frame, then let's have a chat, because that's what I work with a lot, and getting people to readjust that mindset, to change your way of thinking, not change your way of thinking, to change your outlook, to be a more positive one, and to actually make the most of where you're at as a single parent, because it is a great place to be. And it's a very empowering place to be when you learn to find the good in it. And that's what it's all about. And remember, if you're not following me on Instagram already, head over. It is day 3 by the time this episode comes out. So you would have missed the first couple of days, but jump on from day 3 and start following the motivational challenge that's on over there. It is a great little mid-year boost that will help you get out of your little is this phase. So go and follow over there at Life After Plus One, and feel free to share your feedback, any thoughts, any takeaways you had from the show. I'd love to hear from you, and don't forget to share it with your single parent friends. Get them on board. And that's about it for me, guys. If you have any questions, always reach out on my Instagram page, on my DMs, email in the show notes. I'm here and happy to chat to you all. So thank you all, and until next week, I'll be in your ears then. Thank you for joining us on the Life After Plus One podcast. If you loved what you heard today and looking for some further support, then jump onto our website, lifeafterplusone.com. Plus, don't forget to check out our Instagram page for further resources and inspo. You can find all the links in the show notes. And remember, you're not alone on this path. I'm looking forward to seeing you on the next episode. And in the meantime, keep thriving, keep growing, and keep exploring your amazing life after Plus One.